Hello again. Off to Shaldon today. I'm doing it. Even though it's not very sunny, it's not cold, and it's not too blowy, just a bit grey. So we'll go over and do what I wanted to do in Shaldon. And why not? Whee! Bye-bye. Now I won't be making too much of a meal of my walk over today, as I've made a meal of my previous 2 walks over. And there's some other stuff I'd like to do when I actually get to Shaldon today. So that way I won't make the video too long. Still standing though, can't miss that out. I wonder if that's at kind of half-mast because the town centre is dying. Just a thought, just a thought. And we're just going to head through Bitton Park to do some pictures, actually, from Carol from 1953. And the first place we're looking for is that large tree up ahead. Well, this tree here used to have a seat around it, and you can just sort of make out the exit to the park there in the background. And of course, here's Carol. There we are, 1953. Sat there on the seat, smashing. Lovely, thanks for that, Carol. Here she is again, up by her Bitton house. Can't really work out exactly where, possibly there, near here, but you can see the lineage, the lines on Bitton house. Here we go. So there we are, that's a couple of Carol's pics that she sent me a long time ago. I meant to get around to doing them, never remembered to have them with me when I came up the park, didn't come up the park that often. Now they're done, smashing. Someone was asking me in the comments, said next time you come up, make sure you film the orangery. I said, yeah, sure thing. I did show her, I'd given a link to a video I'd done previously with a good shot of it in. But this is for you. Can't remember your name, sorry. But there we go, I can remember you saying it. And that's what matters. There's our wildflowers. Still not quite at maximum capacity yet, but it will come, it will come. You can see just towards the edges is where they've really sort of kicked in. But I'll come over in a week or so's time, no doubt, and all that will just be flowers as far as the eye can see. Our busy road. Of course, I will be adding to this traffic when I drive my car along here this afternoon to my chiropractic appointment. As I approach the bridge, I'm sad to say there's a very, very pungent smell of something you don't want to be smelling. Police report it's passed now. Excellent. Toll house. Quick look over the poly steps before I cross over the bridge, walk along the other side, so I'm on the side I want to be on when I get to the end. A little bit of new rubbish other side of the bridge, but most importantly you'll be very pleased to know that the pair of Levi's remain untouched. Smashing. Train! Whee! Lovely. And this time when we get to Shaldon, we're not heading that way, well not straight away, heading that way, into Ringmore, a little way, or will be explained nearer the time. Ringmore, oh yes, Ringmore. As we walk along here, looking at the houses which were built semi-recently, we take a moment to remember when this was the caravan site. Here we go, here's a photo. That's looking back at what I'm looking at now. From further back, of course, looking in this direction. That's what it was with the caravans. Anyways, I have another photo, we're at it. Martin, in the 80s, he was staying in Ringmore with his mum and dad, and they came down into Shaldon, and it's just this side of the bridge, there was a massive ship beached up, really, really big, or at least big at the time, he said, and his mum had a photo taken with it. Here we go. So that's his mum against the ship that was beached up somewhere along here in the 1980s. Thanks, Martin. Smash in. Yeah, play park has been all redone recently. I won't film too closely, of course. But that was closed for a while while they re-upgraded everything, refreshed it. That looks pretty good. Looks pretty good indeed. Be rude not to just have a quick pan round though, wouldn't it? Beautiful views. Just this end of the park, we've got a little coffee company started up. Smash in. Go and grab yourself a cup of coffee as you walk past the park towards Ringmore. This is part of the Templar Way route, which I have filmed in part just up past Newton Abbot before. Always like this little bit here with those trees in behind. Nice little place to go in, sit down, chill out, enjoy the view. There we go, that's it underneath the trees. Lovely and sheltered if it's raining as well. Smash in. A little sundial over there as well. Lovely little addition to a tranquil area. And just along here is the road to Ringmore, which hasn't changed dramatically in many years. Here's an old photo, see what you think. Here we go. There we are, that's what it used to look like. A few less cars I expect, but very much the same. So what's my big plan for Ringmore? Is it just to walk along here, show you a photo and walk back? No, not quite. So where am I going? I'm going to find a grave. Ooh, spooky house time. Yeah, off to see a grave, hopefully. Find a grave in the St Michael's Cemetery, which should be just round the corner here. We'll have to see. Beautiful old cottages overhead with the thatched roofs. And of course, when I worked at Devon Valley, I used to ride my motorbike across here and round here, to and fro, every single time I went to work. Remember that well? It's hardly changed a bit. St Nicholas, not St Michael's. Whoopsie doopsie. Never mind. As I always say, I do make mistakes, but why not leave it in and own them rather than try to edit everything out and make it all perfect, which would take a lot longer, in truth. Right, let's go in. Right, I've got no idea where the actual grave is that I'm looking for. So we'll just walk around together and see if it jumps out at me from the corner of my eye. I know what it looks like. I know there's one of the walls near it that's like part of the church, but we will have to see. We will have to see. A bit morbid really, isn't it, coming to a graveyard? But never been here before. This place, St Nicholas, I mean not St Michael's, St Nicholas. So why not? Even got the old bell. Wonder if that still rings or not. Wouldn't know not living here. Looks like it might. It's got a rope hanging down. I think I might have found it. The grave we're looking for is that of William Homeyard and his wife, who are the people that founded the Homeyard Botanical Gardens and did a lot of work for Shaldon. And he's best known as the inventor of Liqufruta, the cough mixture, which is still available today. However, turns out, a bit of research, back in the day when he was setting up the gardens and that, it was kind of like a snake oil. Apparently, didn't really do very much at all. So there's a link in the description to an article all about that side of things. Obviously, they've changed the ingredients today for the modern version they sell. But there's his grave. There we are. William Newcomb Homeyard, died 6th of July 1927. And of course his wife as well. Now up there, if you can make that out, without me stepping on the grave. Okay, I've been led to believe by a few things I've read and told that that's an anagram of Liqufruta. However, it's not an anagram at all. It's Liqufruta backwards. And that's because he wasn't allowed to have a product name on his gravestone. So there we are. That's the chap that founded the botanical gardens, with a little bit of controversy that you can read up about his original Liqufruta recipe. Smashing. Hope you enjoyed that. All good. So, mission successful. Found what I wanted to find. Lovely. Now we'll head back out, and we got the long walk all the way back to the ferry. That's why I haven't actually come up here before, because without a reason and a story behind it, it seemed a little bit far for me to walk just to say, oh look, there's a grave. But once I came across the possible snake oil connection, I thought, oh, interesting. So I did. What's that on the wall over the tiles? Anything I should know about? No, I don't think so. Old window blocked up probably. Never mind. Well, there's really little point in me going up that way, because there's just houses and the road takes you up to the Devon Valley, of course, eventually, and then it kind of peters out. Not the road, but the houses. There's just a few buildings along the back road to Newton Abbot, which takes you past Coombe Cellars. And hopefully when we do the restless trip, me and Andy and I, as Mum was going to say as she hears this, Andy and I, we will be stopping at Coombe Cellars possibly. So I think that's what they do. They go up the river and stop at Coombe Cellars. So that'd be fun. I could swear I've done a then and now at that place, because I've got vague memories of coming all the way up here a long time ago, about 3 years ago, and peering through their doorway or their gate to get my shot. I can't remember what I did with that now. Too long ago. One of the iconic houses, now flats I believe, here in Ringmore, appears in lots of photos, etc, etc. Very well known. They used to have stilts going out into the river at the end once, but I think that came down around the COVID time. This is one of those times where I haven't got the photo on me. I kind of know it from memory. If I can find it when I go back, it will be appearing now. There we go. You can see the Lifeboat Arms, whatever it's called, pub sign in it, I think. And used to be an old antique shop. Smashing. Shipwrights Arms, not the Lifeboat Arms. What am I like? Useless. Don't ever quote me on anything. Lovely little gardens here, full of flowers. Smashing. Nice bit of caretaking in those. Must be a friend of our one up at Mules Park. They said, lay down. I said, yep. Didn't tell them to move. Here we are on that other side of that bit of slippage. That's the reason we got these traffic lights on the main road out of Shaldon to Torquay. That's what we got of it. Still not been fixed after a long, long time. It's about 2 years now. There we go, see? Traffic lights. And we're into the familiar bit of Shaldon that I walk and film nearly every time I'm over here. Going to be closed on the 1st of July. It's down there. Now, regular viewers will no doubt be familiar with the Clipper Cafe, and of course what I refer to as the extremely expensive beach huts next to it. And the reason I call them extremely expensive beach huts is because one of them sold for something over $1 million, a beach hut. Anyway, what was here before the really expensive beach huts? Well, there used to be a place called Brigantine, which was a chandlery and clothing shop, and had a boat hanging outside. Anyway, here's Karen's dad stood outside it in the 1980s. There we go, Karen's dad, smashing. Now I had to get a reminder from Karen as to whereabouts this was. He said, where are the fancy beach huts? So I looked into it, I found another picture as well, which you'll be able to recognise those windows up there in it. Here we go. And that's what used to be here, Brigantine in Shaldon. Lovely. Right, let's see if we can get ourselves a ferry home. Then get to Timoth and get Mama Pasty. Oh, he's down there. Lovely. Now, I just missed it. What a shame. If I hadn't popped into the toilets, I'd have caught that one. Stuck in Shaldon for 20 minutes. What is the world coming to? Will I survive? Hopefully. Hopefully. Oh well, here I am, taking my place. And I have to wait patiently for him to come back. I won't say it isn't slightly annoying, but there we go. All part and parcel of the ferry to Shaldon. Heading over. Still not arrived in Timoth yet.
Hang on, we have a tiny long distance enormous, really near the houses. So they obviously chose to do Saturday and Sunday as part of them, whereas what they wanted was like
What a view. Talking of views, let's talk about the view from the top of the Ness. Looking back at the pier. So I was talking to someone, I think it was Carol, the other day, about the pier, how it used to be. And I said that it used to be the ballroom on it, but then it used to come out a bit further as well. And then there was a bit at the side for steamships to dock. So that's what you're seeing in the picture there. How the pier used to be many, many moons ago. But travelling extremely slowly, or more slowly than usual, the ferry. Hooray! Right, that was lovely, lovely trip over. He says because he's single crewed, you can only take 12 people. I mean, all those people that were waiting on the beach, you had to leave them behind last time. Nightmare. It's only got the low tide. There goes James, Jerry's dad, the greyhound. Lovely to see him. Nice chat. Smashing. Right, gonna make my way now to get her a pasty. Here we go, Wee Shop Bakery with a seagull on the top. Pasty acquired. Head up home, have a bath before I go and see my chiropractor. There we go, back where we first started. Hope you enjoyed my little wander over to Shaldon. Like I say, chiropractor this afternoon. All good. Anyway, hopefully see you tomorrow. Look forward to it. Take care. Bye.